Hey guys, this is Tony, the Newbie Steaders. I hope you guys are all having a great day. So, there are several reasons why my husband and I are what I consider homesteaders in the making. One of them is prepping or really just being prepared for life. I feel like homesteading and farming kind of go with prepping, even if you're not a prepper. I feel that when most are planting vegetables, fruits, raising animals for meat, etc., the goal is to produce enough to feed your family for a season or a year or however long you may want or need. To me, that is a form of prepping. You're preparing to get through a period of time. But there may be some things that you can't grow or raise for yourself for various reasons, and it's always good to have backups and alternatives in your pantry. As I'm just kind of like learning things, I think it's good to have frozen stuff and dry stuff and canned stuff and fresh stuff, so you always have backups to your backups because maybe you have everything in your freezer and your knock on wood, your freezer goes out, then you've lost it all. Just as an example. So right now, my husband and I, we're not able to grow much or raise our own animals. Not only because of space issues, which don't get me wrong, I think a lot of great things can be done in small spaces, but because our lives are in this weird transition, like we weren't prepping at all for this past year or so. We were actually really trying to downsize everything because as of a few weeks ago we were supposed to be in Michigan at this point and we're still in South Florida, so and everything's just kind of like on hold for the moment. We don't know when we're going. I mean, it could be next month, it could be at the end of the year. Oh god, please don't let it be the end of the year, but you get what I'm saying. So we're just kind of in a weird place right now. I mean, we are very fortunate that where we're staying and we have roommates, so we're able to stay here until we're able to move. But this space here is really their space now, not ours. And we've done some planting, but even if we are able to be here long enough to get the benefits from it, it wouldn't be enough to put away. Now, what it is providing us is a really good learning experience, which is invaluable. And, I mean, we are able to have a few meals from what I've gotten, which, I mean, anytime you don't have to buy something from the store, even if it's just a meal or two, I think is a huge bonus. So I'm not, knocking it, but by any means, I don't have enough to, put up for 6 months to a year or so. Anyhow, so I had made some purchases that I think that are a good base or start to have on hand. I want to say that I do have a lot of homesteading and life lessons to learn, and one of them is cooking. I don't really know how to make things homemade from scratch. I've never made bread before in my life, or honestly even pancakes from scratch, which is, I feel, really embarrassing to say, but I am starting to learn now. When things did start getting crazy, and I was buying ingredients to have on hand, because I really love the ability to go online and order and then just drive and pick up is pretty awesome. But I went there getting crazy, and I was looking to buy these ingredients to have on hand. Like, I got scared, and I started panicking because I did not really know what to do with the flour and the yeast, and I was scared. I didn't know how to make bread, and so yeah, and I realized I didn't know how to make a lot of things. So it was just a really scary feeling, and I wasn't okay with feeling that way. I mean, this lifestyle that I'm wanting to live, to be more self-sufficient, self-reliant, and I felt like I knew nothing. For sure, it's not a great feeling to have. So I am kind of starting to learn the process, and it's been interesting and kind of fun, or a lot of fun, sometimes stressful. Anyhow, so some of the things that I bought, as you can see, I got a few bags of flour, sugar, yeast, which, I mean, kind of good looking. Any more yeast now? This is the only container I have too, so I've checked several times for to get more yeast. I'm not clearing shelves, but occasionally throw maybe a thing or two into the cart or whatever. But I've not been able to find yeast since I got that in the beginning of March, and this is down here in South Florida. I don't know where it's like where you guys are at. Anyhow, butter. I got 2 18 packs of eggs. Obviously, we went through the original because, like I said, I purchased these things when things were first started happening. Baking soda, baking powder, there's 2 pounds of beans there, 10 pounds of rice, some syrup, some oil. Anyhow, so I feel like these are kind of a good start because so many things can be made from them. For example, you can make bread, biscuits, hamburger buns, hot dog buns, bagels, crackers, pancakes, pizza dough, obviously beans and rice, French toast, eggs, tortillas, and obviously with tortillas, and you can turn these things into burritos, or there's breakfast burritos or bean burritos. And then also, depending on what you have on hand for add-ins or spices, you can make even more: cookies, muffins, cakes, quiches, egg salad, and so on. So, and I'm sure there's many, many more things that I'm not even mentioning, but I just thought this was like a really good start. And the cost of all these things at the time of purchase was about $35. And I was really surprised by this. I really thought that this much food and ingredients, you know, like especially the size of it, like 10 pounds of rice, I really thought it was going to be like so much more. And we spend more than that eating out at a restaurant, and this would feed us several times over. And I'm sure it'd be a lot more healthier than what I would find at the restaurant. And honestly, that itself has really made me think more about our lifestyle choices. It doesn't seem to be much cheaper to buy ingredients. I'm sorry, it does seem... It does seem to be much cheaper to buy ingredients, and you get more bang for your buck, but you have to do the work, which is a real problem. It is really hard for me to be more disciplined to do that. You have to cook, and that's honestly just a real struggle that we're working on. So right now, my husband and I were really reevaluating the things and how we do things over here. And for $35, I really feel like going forward into the future, making this kind of purchase on a monthly, weekly, or bi-weekly basis is pretty doable, at least for us. I understand that might not be the case for everybody, or maybe you could purchase, double that. Everybody's in a different situation. And now, obviously, as you can see, the prices are here for store brand. Yeah, literally everything I have here except for the yeast is, Walmart brand. So your cost for these items will vary whether you get store brand or organic, where you purchase them from. I'm sure it's different prices, between the different states. And plus, like I said, I bought these things before things were getting, or just as they're getting crazy. So from what I've heard from other people, different prices for things have, risen. So, but regardless, I think this is like a really good start. I plan on making a list, kind of like a checklist for myself, because I love lists, but they make me feel organized. And I want to make this list of all the things that I feel like I may want to have on hand in the future when we do have more space. And also, as I start cooking more and realizing how much we go through, I will be able to better calculate, like, let's say, if I want to have enough stuff on hand to feed us for 6 months or a year, etc., I will know how much that takes. Because honestly, looking at this right now, I don't know how long that would feed my husband and I. And also, it looks like it'd be very boring, kind of. So, yeah, some additional supplies and add-ins I think would definitely be needed. But and also not only like food and different food items, but also essentials, hygiene stuff and medicine, things like that. All very important. What do we use? What do we need? What do we possibly need that we don't always use? So much to think about for sure. Anyhow, so just some food for thought or whatever. I hope you guys are all doing well in this crazy time. I think things are starting to maybe get better, knock on wood. I know we're definitely not completely there, but I don't know. Some days I feel like the world has calmed down some, and other days I think it's just, yeah. So, anyhow, do you guys have any, tongue-tied. Do you guys have a list or just things that you feel are important to have on hand that either I haven't mentioned, which I haven't really mentioned much, there's only a few items here. Please leave any tips or information in the comments. I would love to know what you do and any ideas for myself and others. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you all have a great day. See you soon. Bye.